Hello, welcome. Come in, come on, come all to our little Fallout Factions Friday night collection. Hi, I'm Steve, and I am joined by amazing Fallout people who are all around me in directions I can't work out because of reversed cameras. Jamie, would you like to introduce yourself to start with?
Yeah, I'm Jamie. I'm the project manager for the various Fallout ranges we have here relating to miniatures.
Cool. Evie, tell us about yourself.
Hi there, I'm Evie. I'm the lead game designer in the Modifius studio.
And last but not least, Samantha.
Hello, I am Samantha. I am head of brand here at Modifius, and I am the brand manager for Fallout Factions and Fallout Wasteland Warfare.
That is why we call her Samantha Two Hats.
Many hats.
Many hats. There's more than those two. Everyone but Steve is coming in very quietly for me. What I'll do then is I will turn myself down a little bit, and you can turn yourself up a bit. How does that work out for you? We're all just being polite. Wait until we start shouting and getting really boisterous with each other. Then you'll be like, turn everyone down, please. But so yeah, we are here to chat through. This is the third one of these we've done, and if you've been to them before, you'll know that we are just sort of checking in with a couple of regular things about Fallout Factions, and then we're going to show you some stuff and chat to you about some stuff. And yeah, that's basically it. So rather than waste time, because I know everyone here is thinking it's 7 p.m. on a Friday night, Steve. I've got plans. I want to go out. I want to go to the pub. I want to hit up the social venues of my choice. I don't know where you're going. I'm sure you're going to have a great time though. So let's kick it off. We are going to start with current lists. Now, sounds exciting, but in an ongoing quest of us to try and solidify these and make them as simple as possible, we will not leave them alone. So now, look, it's on one page. It's a sheet. It's a table. How did it take us so long to think of this? Who knows? It was Samantha's idea, and it's a jolly good one. So as you can see here, breaks down everything. Everything works in campaign, and everything but 3 things work in tournament. Just as a refresher, because people might have missed or not be up, and I think it's good for us to really make these clear. Evie, would you be so good as to explain the difference between campaign and tournament for those of us of short memory terms or those who didn't pay attention last time?
Sure thing. So when we're designing for Fallout Factions, we design everything to work with our campaign system, which is at the heart of the game. But we also have a comp kit, which is for running official tournaments that are balanced to a higher standard. And not all of the factions that we create are suitable for that. Mostly because they balance themselves over a longer period of tournament play, of campaign play. My apologies. So in a single one-off game, they're not going to be as balanced as they would be across a whole campaign. So just to make sure that no one has a horrible upset and a terrible game at a tournament, we say they're not best suited for tournament play. Of course, if you're not running an official tournament, you're welcome to do whatever you like.
Yeah, I think you explained it really well to me when we were chatting about this before, using the Mothman cult, the cult of the Mothman as an example. You know, about how they might be really good over a different time frame, and you have that sort of quick buck, that quick bang for your buck with them. So yeah. Now I know we've put this list up. There may be some changes coming with the Folio Book. So this is it as of today. This is the current moment. Let's talk a little bit about the future. So coming soon, we've mentioned before this is coming, and I know a lot of you have been chatting about it and have been excited about it on a Discord. Please do come and hang out there if you are wanting to chat about this stuff. It's a great place to hang out. So the Fallout Factions Folio Book. Here's the cover. Do we like the cover, chat? What do we think? Jamie, can you tell us what we can see here on this cover? For those of you at home who may be watching on a phone or something and are like, I can't tell.
Yeah. So we listened to the community kept kept going on and on about the Gunners, so we thought we'd give you what you want, and we put them on the cover. So this is the Gunners versus Children of Atom on the cover of Fallout Factions Folio, using the recently released Children of Atom sets that have just come out.
So yeah. And there wasn't a minor panic 10 minutes before we started this stream. Samantha was like, "That's not you're not showing the most current version there, Steve." So this is so hot off the press. It is steaming. So we're very happy to show that to you. Now, covers are one thing, but we're always told never to judge a book by them. So let's talk about what's inside. First thing to cover in the folio is campaigns. So it's going to feature rules which bring together both types of current campaigns, which is Reach and Control, and the ability to play every crew from the Folio Book and the original rule book. That one.
It's one you prepared
The
earlier.
one I prepared earlier, which was underneath my painting tray, which has now gone everywhere. But yes, in either campaign style. So, Evie, could you take us a little bit more into detail into that, please?
Yeah, sure, of course. So when we started with the Nuka World starter set, there was a campaign in there, which is a really good like casual campaign. It lets you drop in and out, play as many games as you like. You don't have to have a fixed number of people playing in the campaign. And we call those our control campaigns. They're about controlling, having different amounts of control in different territories in an area. We'll introduce the core rulebook. We introduce a new kind of campaign, which is about having a fixed roster of people involved, allows like a very different kind of interaction, some modular missions and so on and so forth. And we call those reach campaigns because that's the resource you're fighting over in that campaign. And up until now, the 3 original Nuka World crews haven't had full rules for reach campaigns, and the core 4 factions introduced in the core rulebook haven't had rules for control campaigns. And the folio brings everything together, gives everyone quest lines for everything, all the special actions, all the things you need to play. So it brings everything. And then every new crew that's in this book has rules for both reach and control campaigns. And that will be the standard going forward. Cruising for.
Amazing, cool. Is there any particular faction you're looking, or I say looking forward to? You've obviously been playing them in testing, but is there any of these crossovers which you've enjoyed, like taking, say, survivors into a control campaign or something else?
Yeah, well, I think one of the great joys about control campaigns, particularly, is that like very fluid nature, the way that you can just pick it up and play. And we often have a long running ongoing element of like a campaign just running in the background in the studio, and that makes it a lot easier for us to like bring those things in, and that's a nice thing to do in our downtime. So yeah,
cool. So campaigns and rules are all fun and good, but let's face it, I think people want to know what factions they can find that are new or different in here. So there's been some clues for the cover already, which is good. But let's have some hard facts, and we're going to start off with something where people might go, "Oh, but actually, I think this is really exciting because I play Disciples, and so the first 3 you're going to find in here are revised versions of Disciples, Operators, and the pack." So, who would like to talk about the thinking behind revisiting these and what perhaps some of the changes are?
I think Evie, you're best placed.
Yeah,
I've not played these 3 yet.
sure.
I've not played the revised versions of these 3 yet. So I would just be like, pack, I've got sprint. That's not the right answer.
So one of the things that we're always trying to guide us in this is that we want to make sure that factions is approachable and accessible as possible. And for me, that means that I never want people to be bringing more than 2 books to a game. We've always talked about having at most the core rule book and maybe another supplement book to bring with you. Now, that's what the role of the folios do, is to bring those things together, because we want to make sure that if you haven't bought the Nuka World set, you can still play with all those factions. They keep up to date, and they're all in one place for you.
Cool.
And it's given us an opportunity now. Factions is beginning to grow and to develop, to go back and look at those very first factions that got made and just tweak them, bring them a little bit more into line with everything else, and make sure that they really sing and they're as fun as they possibly can be.
Yeah. I think it's
Shall I
been
have
really
a?
good for me.
Shall
I'm sorry, Evie.
I was going to say, would it be good if I just had a quick chat through what's changed for each of them?
Yeah, definitely. Yes, what I was going to kind of almost say, and also to add, I think this is really good proof of the fact that when this started, obviously these were the three factions, and they all had to work together. And I think this is, it should go some way to prove, that no faction should be left behind. We do want to keep making sure that even the very first ones are going to be relevant when compared to the latest ones. So going back and tweaking stuff is always a really good point. But yeah, so give us the highlights. Because I expect we'll go into these more in detail when Folio Book comes out. We can talk about it in another one of these streams. But what are the? I'll stop interrupting you now. Sorry, I'm excited.
That's right. No worries. So, I mean, first of all, obviously, as I said, everything gets reach and control rules. So there is now a captive story action for these three crews, which is taken for a ride, which allows you to grab an enemy model and then take them for a ride and put them through a gauntlet of trials, as you see in the expansion. In terms of the crews themselves, the pack is very much like it is now, but with the errata folded in. So we've got sprint in there, and our belief is that the pack are really punching well at this point. So the operators are pretty much the same. There's been a couple of little tweaks in terms of costings and things, but the big thing is we've tweaked those deploys. So one of the big changes in the errata recently was that a lot of weapons lost fast. And we don't want the operators to feel that they've lost out too much. Maybe you've built a nice crew full of combat rifles and you're feeling the pain. Well, the good news is that the previous ploy that was a coordinated fire ploy that didn't see a huge amount of use on the table has been replaced with a ploy that gives fast back to combat rifles and handmade rifles for a single round. So you will be able to, when you select a model for that turn, make that gun fast again and give them a little bonus in the number of dice they're rolling as well, just to rack up the pain.
Yeah.
And then for the disciples, we had to really have a think about the disciples because we felt like of the three crews, they didn't have as much of a distinctive identity. We wanted to give them something back. And in the source material, they're a very sort of, so we say, stabby gang, and we wanted to embrace that. So the big change here is there's some tweaks to the ploys. They've been improved, just upped a little bit. But the big thing here is that almost every model you pick for your crew now will, alongside a ranged weapon, come with a dedicated melee weapon, whether a machete or a hand weapon, which makes them incredibly flexible.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. Especially as a way to use all those little spare bits and bobs I've got across all my sprues. I'm like, oh, handy! I've got a ton of knives still kicking around, so I can always just add those on. But that's great. Nice in the chat. People are Disciple Raider team loving this. That's cool. Nuka Raider Van, excellent. Glad it's going down well. Let's move on from the old classics, such as they are, to something a bit more different. We have now got next three on the list of factions will be the Followers of the Winged One, the Zetans, and the Gunners. Gunners! So first up, you may notice Followers of the Winged One. You can work out what that is. Why the name change?
So the original version of the Cult of the Mothman allowed you to play with both the Wise Mothman and the Holy Mothman, which are two very different styles of play. And the more we worked on it, the more we realized that they both deserve their time in the sun, or under the terrible moonlight in Appalachia. And so we have decided to separate them out. So this list completely replaces the PDF list, but allows you to play with the Holy Mothman only. And in the future, we will revisit the Wise Mothman and bring them back.
Amazing.
But what we have also done is we have completely overhauled the Mothman. They have seen a lot of love. Instead of a summoning mechanic, the Mothman will start in your crew on the table every game. But in order to get it to do things, you will have to perform rituals. So this will really tweak things. Also, if you're a fan of the little moths, the hatchlings, they are now a core part of the crew, and you can field them on the table as well. It's one of the things that splitting out the two types of Mothman cult has allowed us to do, is bring it into play.
Amazing. And the Zetans, are they much different from what we've seen already, or are they quite close?
They're quite close. Say they're the ones that changed least. There's been some points tweaks, and there's been a few little tweaks to the weapons, but they are pretty much as they appeared in the PDF.
Okay.
Just a little sort of mild polish.
Cool. Speaking of polish, the Gunners finally making it from the last remnant of the get you buy lists into actual things. So yeah, what do we want to say about the Gunners? Should we just no one's been waiting for the Gunners. Should we just move on straight away and not say anything?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
interested.
No one's
Just get rid
interested
of
in
the get you
Gunners.
buy and they can wait.
Yeah. In fact, let's take them out of the book. No. Yeah, what do we want to say about what do we
They
want to
got
say
it on
about
the cover. That's all you need.
Yeah, they got on the cover and then strangely not in the book. Yeah, so the Gunners, bringing them finally off Get You By. What can we look forward to there?
So Gunners have had a pretty big change up, I think, in a really good way. So
Yeah.
we've tweaked the model profiles a little bit. The Assaultron is now a lot scarier, which I think is important. But we've also changed them quite radically in the sense that they no longer have ploys. And one of the only crews to not have ploys now. In fact, I think they are the only crew to not have ploys. Instead, they get resource points that allow them to place defenses, fortifications, and structures on the board after deployment.
So cool.
So they can deploy guard turrets and barricades and communication towers that'll change how the battlefield plays and how they get to play with them.
Just I think when you said that the other day in the meeting, I thought, okay, maybe I do like the Gunners now. Maybe I want to be a Gunners player. So if Gunner fans rise up, says Brahman Wrangler, if you are a Gunners fan in chat, let us know what you reckon to that. But I think that sounds insanely brilliant. So and then the last group of factions for the Folio Book: Automatron, Trappers, and Children of Atom. So let's go through those again one by one. Automatron, what's going on there?
So this is the truly new faction in here. If you have wanted to lead your own group of robots in the Wasteland, then this is your opportunity to do so. And they are led by the Mechanist. This is the first time we've had a crew led by a named character, but this crew is the Mechanist with a gang of robots in the Mechanist's thrall, and it's got some really interesting advancement mechanics where you can spend parts to add new upgrades to robots and otherwise tweak them in that direction.
Amazing.
They should be a lot of fun.
No, it sounds really interesting, that one. And I think, if my memory serves me correctly, that was the one we kind of refused to even go near hinting last time because it was so new. So it's great to lift the cloth on that one. Trappers and Children of Atom, with both of those that we've seen new sets being announced recently. So may not be as a surprise to certain people, but again, let's talk about what they may offer in terms of play, starting with Trappers.
So the Trappers we've not seen yet, but they will have a PDF release as those kits come out, and then they will be folded into the folio to make sure there's a printed version. They're a different take on a Raider crew. Their big, splashy, exciting thing is that they get some harpoon guns, and that has a new special rule haul, which allows you to drag enemy units towards yours when you shoot them. They're a lot of fun. There's very board control elements going on there, and they've got some really some fun, flavorful ploys where they can sort of alter the expectations of what's going to happen on the table, shall we say? Let me find the wording so I don't mangle this. My favourite ploy, there's the fog thickens, which you can enact at the start of any round, and until the end of the round, all open fire actions, yours and your opponent's, are unlucky.
Yeah,
so great.
that's the sort of. I know certain people who are just like, well, if I'm not winning, no one's gonna win, and it's just
a good time.
That's just exactly. It's just like now it's hard for everyone. Oh, great, thanks. Speaking of factions who well, no, it's not fact, it's not people, but factions who might bite off slightly more than they can chew, shall we say? Children of Atom, I think. When you told me this and their relationship with radiation, I take my hat off to you. But let's talk about that.
Yeah, so these are the ones that people have seen already because they've already had a PDF release with the models, and I hope people are enjoying them. Their big shtick is that if they are in range of a radiation token or their target is in range of a radiation token, one or the other, then they get +1 luck when they make their attacks. The downside is they are mostly not rad resistant, so they love the radiation, but it's not good for them.
Yeah.
I think that's the summary.
The term we came up with was radiation enthusiast in the discussion
That
about them.
right.
So yeah, so those are the 9 factions you're going to see in the Folio book. Hope that seems interesting. But that's not all. Subfactions. Now, we've talked about this a little bit, I think. The idea that there would be subfactions and ways to look back at existing factions with a new light, with a new kind of like definition of grouping or some sort of reflection from the games. These are going to be for at least in the Fallout Factions Folio book. These are going to be all for the classic 4. So let's start with the Brotherhood of Steel. Although, is it worth, before we dive in directly, to just say, like, what are the broad rules for subfactions? It's not going to change everything from the ground up, but what will it change?
Yeah. So when we came to design subfactions, we wanted to make sure that we were changing the factions enough to make them feel different, but not so much they felt like an entirely different faction. We want to make sure that when you're playing Brotherhood Steel, it still feels like you're playing Brotherhood Steel, but it's like honed in on one specific part or idea of faction. So subfactions generally will swap out a ploy, or they will give a special rule, or they will give you a new unit that you can add, a new model you can add in exchange for a different one, or they'll tweak a special rule on some of the units and so on. They're just like tweaks that then have a bigger impact on how you end up playing.
That's cool. Oh, WGNR already guessing at some of them. Well, let's not keep people waiting anymore. The first of the Brotherhood of Steel subfactions is the First Expeditionary Force. So what can we know about them?
So the First Expeditionary Force is representing some of the the more, shall we say, first wave elements of the Brotherhood of Steel. So
we're very keen.
Yes. Instead of aspirants, they bring hopefuls to the table who are, shall we say, enthusiastic, but probably not as effective as a fully trained aspirant. And as such, they tend to be a little more gung ho, but perhaps a little more highly refined. They also have a new ploy instead of vertibird drop to represent the fact that they're out in the wilds, sort of pushing for new lands. And what this does is really bump up your knight characters and your power armor characters by having them supported by other models. So the power armored models get bonuses depending on how many non-powered armored models are around.
Cool. Cool.
Yeah.
We've got some factions to get through, so we're not going to go too deep on all of these. But next, Lions Brotherhood.
So Lions Brotherhood is a pretty simple change in that it removes the paladin from the faction list and replaces it with a head scribe.
Mhm.
So if you want a sort of more cunning, more agile, and list that beefs up knights as well to compensate, then you can have your faction be led by a scribe.
Excellent.
And that's Lyon, not L.
Yes, I realized that the moment I hit the right hand button and I saw it pop up, I was like, ah. But hey.
I'm just correcting you because someone else will otherwise.
No, it's true.
Yeah.
Hey, putting a typo in things is great clickbait. Like and subscribe. So let's have a look next. The Brotherhood Outcasts. There you go, Ryan. You asked.
There we are. So the Brotherhood Outcasts are one of my favorite subfactions. They basically say, what's the important thing about the Brotherhood of Steel? The very important thing about the Brotherhood of Steel is power. So what you need more power. It replaces the initiates from your list with defenders who are worse trained power armored units. And also ups the number of exciting weapon options for all of your power armored units, so you can field some of the alternative weapons in some of them.
Amazing. Also, the Brotherhood Recon Squad. That's the next one.
So that's the flip side of this. This is Brotherhood out in the field without the power armor available. It focuses in on initiates, aspirants, recon troops, and gives you a faster, more agile, more precise, but less potent, less sturdy crew, replacing your knights with knight journeymen outside of that.
Nice. So, from there, we move on to the super mutants. Now, what you will have worked out there is 4 subfactions for Brotherhood. That means there will be a grand total of 16 subfactions in the Folio Book. So that's enough, surely, to keep you going for a good few weeks, at least, But so super mutants, the first variation on the super mutants, you're going to be. I was not expecting 4 subfactions. It is all there were. I keep referring to this meeting. You asked for subfactions. You got some subfactions. I don't think even some people who are on screen right now expected there to be this many subfactions when we finally got around to it. But it's fantastic. Super mutants, the Appalachian super mutants.
So super mutants have some very fun units that aren't in the core plastic kit that we want to make sure see some time on the table. And the Appalachian super mutants bring floaters to the table, which are self-destructing suicide units with some exciting wibbliness to them.
Yes, I hate them. I mean, they're great, but they give me strange, scary feelings. The Capital Wasteland super mutants. They're up next.
So they bring centaurs to the table, integrated now fully into the crew. So no more using centaurs for Spooktober. We're now integrating centaurs into subfactions instead. But they also get to bring puny humans to the table, who are disposable settlers they've rounded up and kept as snacks. And their ploy is the ability to eat a puny human in order to heal massively.
Amazing. I don't know why that makes me so happy. Cool. Commonwealth super mutants are the third subfaction.
Well, they get some more variety of weapon choices, and they also get suiciders, who are grunts that charge forwards and blow up with bang. They are a very aggressive sub-faction, shall we say.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of want to ask like how that works in the post game when you're rolling to see if someone was just knocked out, but we'll save that one. It's like, sure, okay, we'll see how that one goes. But yeah, then finally for Super Mutants are the Super Mutants from the Black Mountain.
Yep, so that's Nightkin, and Nightkin make an appearance, including with Stealth Boys.
I saw some mentions in chat of like Nightkin ? And there we go, Nightkin ! Cool.
There we go.
delivered.
Yeah, Nightkin are in, and they have some exciting toys, and they also get to bring Centaurs as well.
Amazing. Oh, and
which
Black
is-
cool. That's cool. So there you go. People chatting in chat as they want to do. Centaurs in 2 of these now. So if that's where you'll find them, if you want to. Next, we're going to talk Wasteland Raiders. Subfactions of the Wasteland Raiders. Let's crack on. The Forged. The Forged are the first of the subfactions.
They are indeed. Now, we make a kit for them, so why would we not put them in the game? And what a kit it is. I love that kit so much. I'm so excited to see it on the table. They remove the Butcher from the Raiders and add the Forged in instead. And they also remove Scum and add Volunteers, and they have different loadouts to represent the resin kits available. But they also have a sort of special thing here. So instead of the boss having a personal stash of drugs, they have Prove Your Worth, which incites their followers to great deeds in order to prove their place within.
Fantastic. Yeah, because the Forged, they've got a high bar for entry on that, and you don't want to try out for the Forged. Maybe you'd feel more at home in the Houndmasters.
Well, this is my ongoing belief that what people want to see on the table is dogs and pets in general.
I don't think you're alone in that.
The Houndmasters are, if you want to play a raider crew that brings dogs along, both trained dogs that can grow and develop and indeed gain perks, which is genuinely very funny, and stupid mutts who could fill out your grunt roster. It is indeed the real pack. You can now bring a single angry, power armored individual and a whole bunch of dogs, if you so choose.
I'm looking forward to the leader of that particular faction being called Mr. Burns. So that'll be very good. Next up, the Vipers, a classic.
Indeed. And we didn't want to change too much for these because we feel like the Vipers are such a classic, but it's just some real tweaks to the rules here. All the models stay the same, but Personal Stash and Sticky Fingers, the drugs-related perks, chems-related perks, drop off, and instead we get Informant and Devious, which allow you to manipulate your deployment and your opponent's deployment, and then allow you to muck around with the turn order in an interesting way. Basically, if you have already passed, but your models with Devious or still have can still take actions because they've got exhausted, they can continue to take actions even though you've already passed, which allows you to get the jump on your opponent and go into the next round of initiative.
Brilliant. And finally, for the Wasteland Raiders, I said classic for the Vipers, but the Khans.
Absolutely. So the Khans, we wanted to hone in on that sort of rugged playstyle, and they get survivalists instead of butchers, who are armed with hunting rifles and sawn-off shotguns, and are a little bit tougher than the standard butcher.
Cool. I says pardon. That's fair enough. It's interesting, actually. Just a quick question. How have you sort of like gone about the approach of balancing these? Because it sounds like some of them have got small changes with a big difference tied to them, and others are like more sort of like spread widely. Are you kind of looking for the kind of obviously the same kind of outcome, but what does that mean to you?
So what we're looking for generally is, so the first thing to say is that whilst not all the crews in this book are for tournament play, all of the sub-factions are. And so we needed to make sure they met our high standards for tournament competitiveness. When we're looking for this, what we're looking for is we're looking to make sure that both players, whether they're playing this crew or not, have a good time.
Yeah.
That they have interesting decisions to make throughout the game, and to make sure that there isn't an undue variance in their win rate. So we're looking at it's fine for sometimes one crew to be harder to use than the other, or to require certain tactics or whatever. But we don't want it so that you're going and going, I'm on the back foot always. I've got no chance here. We want to make sure that there is it's within a standard deviation of win rates. And I'd just like to shout out now, Dom, who was the lead designer on this book, has done an absolutely phenomenal job here. And they have smashed this. Obviously, it's a big team effort, but they've really led the charge on this one, and they deserve all of the praise and appreciation.
Definitely. People have been placing their bets on what will define the Wasteland survivors, so let's see what happens. Diamond City Security. I saw that go past, so give yourself, a couple of pats on the head for that. Whoever said that one.
Yeah. So this crew is this subfaction is pretty fun. This basically takes the Diamond Cityness of our Survivor kit and amps it up. Lets you bring far more people with baseball bats to the table. It allows you to, instead of bring settlers, bring benchwarmers, who are more junior security guards who can bulk out your gang. And they have a ploy that replaces No Place Like Home with Home Run, which allows them to, when they use a baseball bat or baseball grenade, shall we say, up the ante a little bit and cause some exciting knockbacks, some more damage. Really, get that home run.
Yeah, batter up. Okay. Ghouls. Why did no one say ghouls in chat? Come on, let me down here.
The slog, right?
Ghouls.
Yeah.
It's classic. So we know how much people love doing conversions of ghouls on other models, and we want to encourage that. And so this is a subfaction that lets you field your whole crew as ghouls. Everyone gets rad resistant. And the security guard and the SWAT. Yay!
Everyone gets rad resistant at no cost at all to your personal appearance.
The security guard and the SWATer disappear and are replaced by Ghoul Guard, which lets you bring in some of our other Ghoul sculpts from across our range. And you get a new ploy instead of Some Rain Must Fall, called Looking Pale Smooth Skin, which lets you to place radiation tokens on the battle.
Amazing.
That's amazing.
It's amazing, yeah.
Oh, dear. Third place on this, but not in order. It's the Atom Cats.
I will say that they are a studio favorite. People love the Atom Cats. And we want you to be able to field power armor in your survivor list. Why not?
Yep,
so this allows you to field a new leader, a cool cat with some power armor, and also some power armored Atom Cats instead of swatters. And you have a brand new ploy that's all about being.
There you go. Fair enough. And last for this Wasteland Survivors, the Wasteland Caravan. Which, when you told me about Evie, I was like, "That sounds alright." Then you told me more, and I was like, "This could be my place. This could be my survivors."
So you get a new type of specialist, which is a brand new thing we've done. Or isn't any of the other sub-factions, but you could be a caravan guard instead of a medic or a trader or anyone else. And they have a special ability that allows them to bodyguard and keep up with the leader of the crew to make sure that merchant does not get taken down. And they also get to bring pack Brahmin in their rules and use them as roadblocks and drive them ahead of them. Pack Brahmins are a core part of.
I love it. I love it so much. I can't wait for. I can't wait for more Brahmin.
Blocking the play space is 100% my tactic with my Brahmin.
Yeah, because what kind of opponent would shoot a cow? No one would do that.
All of them. But you know what? They come straight back.
It's fine. Exactly.
It doesn't matter.
So there we go. So those are the 16 sub-factions. Obviously, we'll provide a little bit more details later on down the line when the book actually comes out. But for now, hopefully that's enough to whet your appetite and get you thinking about what you want to get painted up ready for the Factions Folio book. New Wasteland Legends, did you say? Maybe hold on. First, Companions. Now, this is a nice quick one, really. You've seen the Companions list bumping around on our websites and stuff like that before, and we've referenced it before. This is where they're officially, given their final polish up and put into a final book with, you may notice, sharp-eyed amongst you, the addition of 2 at the bottom. The ever beautiful Mole Rat and Maya Lurk. Is there much to say about them, or should we leave that for another day?
I think we can leave that for another day.
They're
Mole Rats, they're Maya Lurks. You know them, you love them.
Exactly. What do you want there? So there's not going to be no surprises. If you're imagining what they're going to do, they'll probably do it. Now you can say Legends of the Wasteland. There will be, of course, more legends to bring famous faces along for the right amount of caps. And the Legends of the Wasteland being provided in the Factions Folio book will be the Rogue Knight, Pack Hounds, William Black, Dixie, Old Longfellow, Bilge, Tectus, and Richter. So
I saw a question about Dixie earlier, and this is it. She's here.
There we go. Then there we go. So yeah. Oh, was that the one about like I've got Nisha Dixie long?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's now.
It's now. No, we saw that comment and we added it in.
Yeah.
Is there? I'd like each of you to tell me who you're most excited to see on this list. Starting with
Dixie, because she's a disciple.
Okay, cool.
Easy.
True. Jamie?
I'm going to say Rogue Knight because I know what that sculpt looks like.
Cool.
And it's my favourite one.
It does look good. If only we could show you it.
Yeah.
Well,
next time.
Evie, what do you think? Which one?
I'm going to go with Pack Hounds. They're actually just a pair of dogs you can add into your pack list and join your crew fully. So they are one of my favourite additions.
I like the idea that people may be playing as the raiders, as the houndmasters,
with more
and
hounds.
Then sub out some of the dogs for better dogs by bringing in the
extra
pack
hounds.
More hounds.
More good boys, less bad boys.
Rogue Knight is a deep pull. Oh, so if we were to show you the sculpt for it, then you'd
no, I guess we can just skip over that. Steve.
No, it's too late.
That's
I clicked the
fine.
wrong button. It's on screen now.
Oh no!
So there we go. This is the sculpt for the Rogue Knight, back and front view. So how are people going to be able to get this? Their grubby little hands on this miniature? That's a good question.
Yes. Well, the Rogue Knight is going to be the pre-order promo miniature. Mm-hmm. So when you pre-order the Fallout Factions Folio book, you will get this Rogue Knight for free.
Like Grabthar's hammer. What a savings.
Yeah, right. And then when the Folio book is in stock and on general sale, then you'll also be able to buy the Rogue Knight on its own, sadly.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of like we're sort of like that's like the way we're looking to do these kind of promo minis going on, isn't it, at the moment?
Yeah, because I
Yeah.
know, like, I introduced some confusion, and there've been some confusion in the past about how you can get access to where you can purchase or find some of the promo miniatures. Some of the times we've had them as exclusive, like exclusive to the OP kit and stuff like that. Sometimes they've been like a timed exclusive kind of thing. Now we want to make sure that if they're in a book, like it's not just an alternate sculpt or something like that, if it is a new unit that you should be able to play, you shouldn't have to proxy them. And so promo means that they'll be maybe available like in a kind of offer, like a pre-order, but then they'll always go back onto general sale properly afterwards.
Cool. That's
And so
I
what
think
we'll
that's
be
really
doing,
good.
yeah, and so what we'll be doing over the course of the next kind of few months, like the rest of this wave, then is then putting the promo miniatures we've had for the kind of Battle for Nuka World like wave of Fallout factions on general sale as well.
Cool. Yeah. Thank you everyone in chat for the love for the sculpt. It is amazing. Do we know who sculpted this one? I have to admit,
I don't. I could look. Give me 5 minutes and I can look it up.
Have a quick
Jamie,
look.
look it up.
I will say in the meantime, Steve, why don't you talk about how great Callum's paint job is?
Yes,
Yeah,
I was going to
Callum's
say,
Well, I've got the model.
we don't know who sculpted it at the moment, but this was painted by obviously our very own Callum, who has done a bang up job on both the Rogue Knight and their new friend, who they're taking along for a delightful adventure, I'm sure. But yeah, so it's kind of two models in one, really. But yes.
It was Johnny.
It's Johnny. Johnny's the one.
Yeah, Johnny sculpted this one. Yeah,
so I had a feeling it's a really cool one, and Johnny does like to those. I love that one. Go on. I love that one. But yeah, the real treasure was the operators we dragged along the way. Of course, it was Rampenstein. But yes, so
that's what the Mohawk's for holding.
Exactly. So that is that's the Rogue Knight. There we go. So that is kind of all we have to really tell you about the Folio book for now. We're going to move on to something else, but is there anything else we want to just touch on before we move on from the Folio book? Obviously, like we've just now got everyone all revved up, so maybe we should tell them when they can expect it. I don't know. Is that a thing we want to do?
Yeah. Whilst Jamie stares at me through the screen, we're gonna.
Well, I can say it, but Sam may stare at me for saying the wrong date. So, Sam, over to you.
Okay, I'm gonna say the wrong thing now. So we're looking to actually release this in early Q1 next year, and we usually have a kind of 3-month solicitation period for any of our products, and we coincide the pre-order with that as well. So pre-order will be around 3 months before that. So you're not looking too long into the future. I would say that we should probably be pre-ordering next month, but don't come for me if that doesn't happen. Thank you very much.
I'm going to preempt that and say, look forward to the pre-order in November, more likely. That's when I'm working.
Can you tell that we as a company are cautious, as everyone is? The world is crazy at the moment when it comes to large distances. But yeah, it's the thing. We will of course let you know. A question in the chat: will there be a PDF with the pre-order?
Yeah,
Jamie.
Yes, there will be.
I would say yeah.
Yes, there will
Sure,
be. That's how we do it now. Yeah,
Go on then. But
that is how we do it with Fallout. Yeah, PDF on pre-order, similar to how we do like our RPGs and things like that.
Excellent.
So answering a question I saw earlier in the chat, it is a resin model, not a plastic one. For the Rogue Knight, because that's how we do our promos.
That's true. Cool then. Does anyone have anything else to add about the Folio book before we, rip the lid off something else? Okay.
Whiplash from it, from how much is in it.
I know it does still boggle me, but I cannot wait to get that book open, because I'm just really looking forward to seeing, like, I know there's that sort of classic thing you want to see, like Super Mutants versus Brotherhood and things like that, but I'm really looking forward to the kind of the edge weirdness I never knew I needed of seeing different groups of raiders versus each other, or one group of super mutants take on another group of super mutants, but because they're different subfactions, it's suddenly very, very different. So that's going to be very, very cool. Are there alternate color scheme guides for Subfactions the book? You go crazy. You paint them however you want. I'm not going to tell you how to have fun, Monkey Sloth. That's probably not what you asked, but never mind.
No.
So coming soon.
There's not, but you never know what may be in the painting streams. Looking at Steve,
this is true. This is true. Well, this is how things get on the painting streams. Is people ask for them. So yeah, drop by the painting stream, which is going to be this 5 p.m. next Friday. I'll be joined by Callum. We don't know what we're doing yet because Callum's on holiday again. The man lives on a tropical island, as far as I can tell.
Paints on holidays
because he worked. He worked too hard earlier in the year. Now he's got to take time off.
This is true. This is very true. But so we'll be painting something. So we come along and hang out with us there. So after the Folio book, there is unsurprisingly something else coming because that's how these things work. So we are very excited to tell you that after that, there will be the Battle for Boston starter set. And here it is. Here's a look at the box. Drum roll. Too late, Mad Cat. I've said it. Such is the lag on the internet. But here we go. This is the Battle for Boston starter set. So yeah, OMG, oh cool, wow. These seem like good things. I'm happy that people are excited. Well, you never know. I can be very anxious sometimes. You just don't want to be like, oh, okay. As a Bostonian, I love this. Good job, MJ McGregor. Jamie, perhaps you could answer this and talk a little bit about the fact this is a second starter set. So, what's the thinking behind that?
Yeah, so it's been a while since the New World 1 came out, and the sort of practice is now established, as we've seen with doing the Folio, and we've done a few other bits and pieces with it. We felt it was about time to do a new starter set, taking it to a new location. New World worked really nicely as like the launch, sort of really tight, themed place with 3 crews that sort of bounced off each other really well. And we felt it was about time to go out in the Wasteland and explore.
Nice. I mean, obviously, the world of Fallout is so rich. There's plenty of places to go. And if we are in the Folio book, you will find, the Nuke World 3, those raiders and things like that. It's like you like Evie said, the idea of not having to bring too many things to the table. It just makes sort of sense to collect together. So, what would you find in an undetermined amount of times when this is in your hands, you crack it open? The new star set will contain new control campaigns set in the Commonwealth. Control campaigns will be completely overhauled and given a nice polish up. It will contain rules and sprues for the Brotherhood of Steel and the Institute. And it will also contain rules for the Railroad and the Minutemen. So all the people in chat who've mentioned Minutemen and Institute, and I think I saw the Railroad go past once. There you go.
Never see the Railroad, mate.
No? I like to imagine sometimes. So is the Nuka World starter set going out of print, or would you do a reprint of that? That's a fair question to ask.
Yeah, so the idea behind these starter sets is that we will move on to a new starter set, so we won't keep the previous one in stock. So once the Nuka World starter set, which you still have plenty of stock of, goes, is sold out, then it will go out of print. And the idea long term, if we can keep this car going, is to keep rolling out new locations for the starter sets.
Yes.
Boston was my conception. I think it made the most sense after Nuka World. Fallout 4 is also the video game that the most Fallout fans, I'd probably say most casual Fallout fans, are aware of and know. Yeah. It also really kind of cements like the main 4 factions that we have as a place for them to fight over, because the survivors, I know in the story, mostly by way of the Minutemen, kind of had some control over the Commonwealth a little bit, but you've got pockets of survivors and settlers everywhere. And then Brotherhood, obviously the super mutants are bedded into Boston and Trinity Tower in particular and that kind of thing. And the raiders, obviously, in little pockets of shops or on like boats or whatever, right? But then, of course, we have to introduce the Institute, which is why we've put them as the other force in the starter set, opposing the Brotherhood of Steel as the kind of two, like, strongest antagonists, I would say,
Yeah.
probably with each other in terms of the outlay of Boston.
Let them fight.
And then, yeah, obviously introducing the Railroad and the Minutemen. The rules will be in the starter set, obviously, and then plastic kits will follow for those crews as well.
Cool. So that's the main part of it. Or what else would you get? Well, there will be promo models with this, but we're not going to tell you anything about them yet. We've just shown you the Rogue Knight. Give me some time, to wrangle another picture. One picture is enough. But when we do our next miniatures reveal stream, as you know, we do those, then we will be showing you lots of lovely things then, including those promo. I know it's rude, but I've got to make strict lines and divisions here. Otherwise, quite frankly, you'd all go crazy. I know what you like.
No, McGregor, I'm not giving away promo Liberty Primes with every pre-order. That's not happening.
That's what fits in the back. It's the back of Liberty
bonus
Prime is the
idea.
box.
People asking in chat about card terrain. There will be card terrain. There'll be more card terrain. In fact, there's going to be twice as much as there was in the Nuka World starter set. And it's going to be focused a little bit more on buildings rather than tiny scatter, as I understand it. So there will be bits of that, but the bell curve or whatever I didn't pay attention to in math class will be more at that end or something. There will also be a new set of dice included, and a token set including an updated initiative token to reflect the new setting. So
and objective tokens.
And objective.
And objective tokens,
I love
yes.
the little new objective tokens.
Yeah, they do.
Yes, I do. Forgot about those.
And I believe Evie, when I showed the dev team, they were like, "That's very cool."
Do you want to say what they are?
Yeah. Can we say what they are?
Tokens.
Oh, go on then.
So they're subway tokens, and
Yeah, the little Boston subway tokens. Yeah.
They're super. There was very much a no notes situation.
I like everything you've done here. But yes, and so the dice will obviously reflect the new setting. So there we go. That is some other content. Picks, or it didn't happen. There will be picks just later on. It'll happen later.
Yeah.
One last question from chat. Will the starter Brotherhood of Steel set be different from the plastic set? No, they will be the same sprues.
No, they will be the same. What will be, again, things which are currently the same, but this will be different, is more Legends of the Wasteland. There will be 6 new Legends of the Wasteland. We'll have X688, Piper, Kate, Nick Valentine, who is making a reappearance for the core book, but we'll forgive him because he's so integral to Boston. You can't have the Battle for Boston without someone turning up telling you that, catchphrase. So, and also Strong and John Hancock. So yes, more legends. It's like there's 4+ games of Fallout lore we can draw from. Jamie, who are you excited to see in this Legends lineup?
X688. I'm really enjoying the Institute. I'm really excited to show that set off of the various different synths and not characters, but the Corsair and things like that in that set is really exciting.
Yeah, that's cool. Samantha, any picks?
I don't know. There was a lot of hate there just then for Valentine, but I like Nick. I think he's cool. I think it's a cute cute guy trying to do his best with half a face.
Yeah. It's not so much hate. It's just, kind of he's a he's going to, it's like going to see a band and they're going to play that hit. He's the hit. He's going to turn up and you'll enjoy it when it arrives. I don't know what my point is here. Evie, any of these speaking to you? Please, God, say something so I don't have to.
I'm trying to collect myself here, and I don't think Nick Valentine is in this book. I'll be honest with you, Steve. I'm a bit confused by this.
Oh,
I think this might not be the correct list of Legends of the Wasteland.
Here you go then.
we nailed it. 10 out of 10.
Boop, boop,
Shall I
boop.
say who's actually in the book?
Please, please, God, say it.
It's Ada, the Black Devil, Robert McCready, X688, Strong, Kate, John Hancock, and Piper.
Okay, right. Okay, so look, it wouldn't be a stream, but look, we can just sort this out, right? So look, here we go. Ada. There we go.
We got the folio right, other than that spelling of Leon.
Yeah, exactly. Ada's in there. There we go. What else you say? Deacon? There you go. Who else am I missing out?
The Black Devil.
Black Devil. There you go.
Black Devil. Deacon is not there. I don't know why you said Deacon.
What? Didn't you say Deacon? I'm panicking. I'm panicking. Clearly.
Someone in chat
Robert
said
McCready.
Deacon, and
Someone in
you're
the chat
crossing
said-
the streams.
I am
Oh,
very
dearie
much crossing
me.
the streams. And what we'll also do is therefore say, just another one we'll do. Oh,
Don't write Liberty Prime, Steve.
there you go. Look. There you go. Screenshot that for your Reddit thread. There you go.
Wow.
There you go. How many wheels? It's fine.
So yes, Ada, Black Devil, and what was his face, McCready, will be promo miniatures for that wave. Will be coming out with things at various points. Will all be available to play.
There we go.
Yep.
Perfect.
Go over that more.
Perfect.
In the
Call you out on the screenshots. Of course. I love that you take them. So I wanted to give you the best experience here. There we go. Still, there we go. It's fine. We all looked at it and we were all like, yeah, this is ready to go. It happens. These things happen. Don't worry about it. I'll worry about it when I get told off on Monday. Doesn't matter. Right, moving on. Please, God, moving on. Let's go and talk. Let's show you something then. A++, thank you. Let's talk about these legends. Let's talk about Piper Wright. Here is a nice example. And Ada, Black Devil, and McCready don't have sculpts yet. Yes, they will be promos, won't they?
Yeah.
There you go.
That's what I just said.
I know, but I think in my... let's just assume that in the guff
They're
that
just not
happened...
listening to me, Steve.
No,
the
floor show was too
They're entranced
exciting.
by Steve's drawing.
Yeah, exactly. Went a bit
Your
gonzo there.
meltdown stole the show.
I'm gonna have a beer after this. Right. Okay.
I'm gonna remember that quote about Reddit.
It's great. I just like to see the ones where it went a bit wonky going up there. So let's talk about Piper. We've got here an example so you can see through it. Evie, please don't surprise me with anything else, but could you perhaps take us through Piper? What's interesting about her?
Sure. Piper is a really fun addition. So she has two special rules: can't stop the press and extra. Can't stop the press basically means that it's much harder to take her down if she's near an objective or a search token. And extra means that she has a completely special, unique action that allows her to distract enemies.
Read all about it. Yeah. So, like we did before with Overboss. Over Coulter. I can remember his first name, his job. But we thought we'd give you one of these so you can screenshot this, give you permission this time, and you can, give Piper a test, pop her in your games, see how she plays out, and give that a go. You need a pucker pie? We'll sort you out, Jamie. Don't worry.
Can I call out one thing on this that I think is super cool?
Of course.
So you may notice there's a sentence here that says only crews with control 5 in Diamond City can hire Piper, right? And that ties into those tweaks and changes we were talking about for the control campaign. where there are now rewards for gaining certain amounts of control of different areas, which is something the community explicitly asked for.
Amazing. That's cool. Yeah, obviously, if you want to just test it, don't have to wait for that, but go for it. Give it a go. And there'll be more to show when we get closer to that, which eventfulness brings us to the end of talking about the Battle for Boston starter set. Again, like we did before with the Folio Book, does anyone have any last things to say about the starter set that we haven't covered here that you want to put out there into the world?
I just want to say that the crews in this book, in this starter set, are maybe my favorite crews in factions, and I cannot wait to tell you all how they work, because they are some of the most interesting design I think the team has done on any of our products. They are extremely strange and exciting, so I can't wait to show them to you.
Cool, excellent. No, so fantastic. As someone in chat has just said, missed the Folio Books. They were working. Sorry to hear that. It's late on Friday, but it'll be we will be re-uploading these on YouTube within a week or so. So probably next Friday you'll see these pop up there. And if you're watching it on YouTube, hi, welcome from the past. One thing we did want to touch on just before we kind of get to our Q&A section is, of course, the news that we announced last time. Yeah, someone will post it on Reddit. That'll be great. That is Fallout Wasteland Warfare 2nd Edition. We've got nothing actually to tell you, but we didn't want to go through this without at least saying, hey, we've got nothing to tell you at the moment, nothing new to share. Stand by for future updates. It will be coming when there is more detail. As you can tell, we had a lot to concentrate on today with the Folio Book and Battle for Boston. So hope that's enough to fill your pipes for now. So Q&A time. We are done with the main presentation. The Q&A begins. Bangs gavel, bonk bonk. I will say that I saw a couple of things that I wrote down that people said. So if you do have a question about things you've seen today, then please bang them in chat, and we will do our best to pick them out. I saw one saying, is there going to be a fast play version or some kind of passage? So if you don't want to engage in player control campaign or a reach campaign, is there a way to just play one-offs in the book?
Not in the folio, but we already have something for that. It's the comp kit. I strongly recommend people check that out. It's a whole bunch of scenarios that have been developed and tested for balanced play in a one-game format.
Amazing. Was there a date announcement? There was for the Folio Book. We talked about that, saying being possibly pre-order in November with a release 3 months ish after that. We haven't said for the Battle of Boston, and I don't know if we're going to. I defer to my learned colleagues.
What do we want now? What? Sorry, I was replying to someone in chat.
No, that's all right.
Boston.
Are we going to say when people expect the Battle for Boston, or is that a stay tuned for further updates situation?
Oh, stay tuned for further updates.
There we go.
Yeah.
Exactly. A what? A comp kit. Comp kit is the I haven't got one around here. Someone explain.
Play competitive. Yeah, Evie's probably best place, but it's the tournament play competitive kit document we've made that we put on the downloads page available, which has got a bunch of scenarios that are one-shot plays.
Yes, it's half advice on how to run your own event and half a selection of single shot scenarios that are balanced for symmetrical play.
Cool. Exactly. Any word on Get You By for NCR and Legions, especially with some focus of the S2 of season 2 of the show? Get You By with Gunners, there will be no more Get You Bys. You don't get you by. You don't get by anymore. You just get rules. And obviously, if we are in a situation where we're talking like we've done today about NCR and Legions and things like that, then there will be rules for them then. At the moment, lips are sealed. But there we go. Any other? Hello. Any plans for more official tournaments and campaign events?
We've just been discussing this internally. I was speaking to Danny yesterday, our events manager, and the topic of tournaments came up. And so, yeah, keep watching this space for any like announcements or plans that we'll have when we're able to announce them. I don't want to just like
Hmm.
chat a load of rubbish right now and then
Throw
not
Danny
come
under
to
the bus.
anything. And Danny get mad at me for no reason. Yeah,
He's off today. It's fine.
yeah, he's not paying attention at all.
Exactly.
When do you got to announce it for then?
There's no record or recording of this. It'll
No,
be
exactly.
fine.
Thank God none of us made errors. So yeah. Will the ghouls just use the survivor's kit, or can I throw some spicy ghouls in there? I am troubled by the phrase spicy ghouls, but
If you mean knock off 3D prints, no, put them
Yeah.
back. Buy
No.
official models.
no
the
sexy
ghoul remnants and
Kickstarter
things.
ghouls.
Yeah.
We don't want any of that.
No
Um,
thanks. No.
But you can put ghouls in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I assume we're talking about the ghoul subfaction here.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, I think so.
I hope so.
God, I hope so. My answer would be that it depends how spicy your ghouls are. If you're talking feral ghouls, glowing ones, etc., then no, this is all about ghouls who are still compos mentis and another kind of survivor. Um, but there is
Yes.
some variance in there. But this is more a kit bashing opportunity than integrating those.
There was someone on the Facebook groups. I think it was recently did the same. I think it was survivors as ghouls. Ghouls
Yeah.
as survivors. Kit bash them together as this faction.
Yeah,
crew.
so this is not a feral ghouls subfaction. This is a
Be taking things
yeah,
like the ghoul remnants kit and maybe bash them together with survivors and stuff like that and things.
Yeah,
So you've got the ghoul
absolutely.
heads with the different hats.
The slug. Someone mentioned the slug in chat.
Yeah.
Slug is a great source.
The slug is a
for that,
great
so.
example of it. Yeah, definitely.
I think they meant feral ghouls as spicy ghouls, and the answer is no. They need to
Fair
still
enough.
have their marbles, I'm afraid.
Yes. If you're feral, you're not.
You're not in a
You
crew.
can't be played
Too
as a feral
spicy.
ghoul because you're just running around. I don't know.
Yeah.
Wait for us to change our mind on that. But no, we won't. We won't change our mind on that. But you can do what you
I've
want.
seen a
You
few
can put a ghoul out
questions.
there and you can say they're feral ghouls. I'm not.
You play really badly, just claim they're feral ghouls.
Yeah. Exactly.
Way to come for me there, Jamie.
No, it's just me. Don't worry.
All right. Steady on.
I've seen
what
plenty
faction-
of questions about terrain, particularly like physical terrain, like resin terrain. Unfortunately, it's just not viable for us anymore to be putting that kind of stuff together. And so it'll only be STL terrain that will be made available in future for now. That may change if it becomes viable in future or by different method, but no more resin terrain, I'm afraid.
We will be doing the cardboard terrain as a separate release like we did for the Nuka World ones. So the Battle for Boston terrain and token set will be separate, which is more urban-based terrain rather than specific to like a set location. So it's more usable than the Nuka World one.
Really good question here from Average Calamities. Will the gunners have dedicated tokens or terrain to support their faction's ability? Because you mentioned using turrets and things, and obviously.
Oh, I see. So that's all designed to use existing terrain in our range, the STL terrain stuff from the cardboard terrain sets. So it doesn't require anything token-wise.
Okay, cool. A couple of questions from Monkey Sloth and Mocker's Dispatch about the bases, the scenic bases set. Is there an update on that at all?
Yeah, hey Jamie, where's my bases?
Sorry, you're breaking up. What's going on? Bad signal up here in
Bases,
Scotland.
Jamie.
They will be available before the end of the year. It's me being a terrible human being and not getting finished.
That's cool.
The factory's got the pricing. I just need to sort it all out. Sam gives me the daggers. So yeah, I will have them before the end of the year.
I want the bases, Jamie. No, but in all seriousness, as
Yeah.
amazing the work that the guys down in Cornwall do, who are our resin workshop, I don't know if you noticed, we had a Kickstarter for a different miniatures range with all resin in it, and we've
Yeah.
got more resin coming your way as well with other projects. So they are very, very busy people. I am
Yeah.
sorry that the scenic bases have been delayed, but we will get them out as soon as we possibly can.
Yeah.
I also we're getting a lot of crap in the chat about the Super Mutants, and I want to apologize again for them, but at least let me explain a little bit about the situation with the Super Mutants. So a couple of maybe Fallout Fridays ago, I discussed how we've been working with a fairly new factory to try and work with them on that tooling, and unfortunately that didn't work out, and so we've had to go back to another partner that we tend to work with, and so the Super Mutants are in the queue, but they are the last of the three to kind of come to market. So the Brotherhood of Steel are available in the UK and on their way to the US warehouses right now. The Settlers are in pre-order. Survivors are in pre-order. The Raiders are out and available right now, and the Super Mutants will follow. I appreciate your patience, so just be a little bit more patient with us, and we'll get them out to you as soon as we can.
Who knows what we may paste on the Discord as stuff actually becomes real.
Yeah,
who knows? If Sam lets me. But yeah, to reiterate that, it's been a slog to get the Super Meat sorted, but we're on the right track now. It's just plastics are not quick, unfortunately, even when they're going well. So we're winning, but not quite in a position to put any kind of pre-order up yet.
Yeah, exactly. Are we going to be at any events with Fallout Factions, or indeed Waste Warfare Second coming up? Like, what events are we heading towards for Wargaming?
Yeah, so Spiel mentioned there in a question from Datadol is really a board games focused event, and so I don't know this year if the plan is to demo any of any kind of Fallout games. We're more focused on things that are coming up for our board games, Mass Effect and Doom, that kind of thing. And it's certainly that kind of conversation I had with Danny about next year when it comes to Spiel specifically. But in terms of war games and wargaming events, Adepticon is going to be a big one for us wargaming wise next year. As is, while UK Games Expo is still quite a board game and role-play game focused show, we'll obviously have Wasteland Warfare, Fallout Factions kind of stuff there. We'll have it at Gen Con as well. And so, yeah, we've got a whole calendar of events that we'll be attending next year.
Cool. Will the Battle for Boston playmat be? Will we have a neoprene mat for Battle for Boston, or will it be, or will we not?
We are looking into neoprene mats, and when we
go.
have some actual tangible news for you, I'll let you know.
Cool.
All I will say on that is that the map will be double-sided with terrain this time for Boston.
Nice.
So you've got different areas of Boston.
Excellent. Look at that. It's really nice. Ryan has just invited us to Canada. I guess he's paying our flights.
You're going to pay for it, Ryan?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Sure.
You pay for us to go, or we can be there.
I want like a nice first class. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I think kind of a really big couch. Suddenly, I'm not so into it anymore. I don't know. But there we go. I think we're probably coming towards the end there. So, what I think would be really great is just touch around basically all three of you again, just to see if there is any final updates, anything you want to put out there in the world of Fallout Factions in particular. Evie, what would you like to add? If anything, you might be tuckered out.
That's all right. Someone said in the chat, I wanted to thank us for all of the work on the communication Discord and the quick answers. And I'd just like to say that it's honestly a pleasure. And I can thank the amazing team we have in the studio for all of the help we have on the rule side, and the amazing team we have across the company for us managing to make these incredible products. Please do join the Discord. Please do talk in the Discord. Please do imagine me questions in the Discord. I can't always answer straight away, but I will always endeavour to give you an answer. And I think the folks who have been in there for a while know I do hold to that. So yes, please do hop in and talk to us about it. We love the questions. Every time we see complex rules questions, we get excited. We crack it out in the studio. You know, we have whiteboards up. We work it out. We go through it line by line. It's genuinely a highlight of the day. So please do keep them.
Amazing. Jamie, any last thoughts from the mind of Jamie?
No, probably not good. No, Super Mutant Update was the main one I wanted to give at the end, but Sam beat me to it. I did see a question from White Metal that we didn't answer, which was, has there been any scenarios that have got non-player hostile models like roaming ghouls?
Right.
If you look at the Spooktober kit, Spooktober also got Goliaths in there that's a third player controls.
Mm-hmm.
That's the closest to the thing we're doing to that. But to reiterate what Evie said,
there will not be AI rules in Fallout Factions. That is the province of Wasteland Warfare.
I'll better myself.
And to reiterate what Evie said, go to the Discord. Discord's great. I'll regret this. Carry on calling me out about the scenic bases in the Discord, along with asking rules questions. It's the best place to do it. The rest of the company will see why my name got changed to Workbench Jamie in there. It's going to get changed to scenic bases at some point.
All I'm saying is, chat, you better order them when they come out. If 12 sales happen, I'm going to be coming for some of you.
I have spent so long trying to wonder why Jamie is called Workbench Jamie in the Discord, and I didn't want to ask because I thought it's something I've forgotten, isn't it? But there we go. Thank you for finally clearing that up for me. Samantha, apart from, intimidating people into buying bases sets when they arrive, anything else you got?
Hey, it pays our way, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, I do have something. And I'm sorry that I'm always kind of have these kinds of messages about stuff, right? But like, I see people's comments about like, oh, what about these guys? Oh, what about these fan favorites? What about this faction? And I just want to say, of course we have plans for those guys, but I can't release everything at once because you can't afford it all at once. Retailers don't want to stock it all at once. I have to plan for the future. So of course I have plans about your favorite faction. But I'm afraid you're just going to have to wait.
Just a little.
Look how packed the folio is without
I know.
even more factions in it, kind of thing.
And that folio is going to be
a phenomenal job
book,
filling that out.
Yeah.
It's just the words next to the pictures. It's just that many factions got fit in it.
It's just words.
That many sub-factions.
Wow.
And the correct legends as well, Steve. No.
Well, hey, we'll all enjoy that particular awkward moment for a long time to come.
I want that to be the first slide on the Reddit.
Yeah, exactly. Well, first slide of my appraisal. But there we go. So So I think what we'll do is we will wrap it up there before anything else goes awry. Thank you everyone once again for coming and hanging out with us on this this Friday evening. It's been lovely hanging out with you. These streams are always a pleasure because, as Evie said, it's just so nice seeing people have love for this game, and it puts a right smile on all of our faces. So thank you very much. Please do drop us a follow and all that stuff. Come and check us out over on YouTube. We're also going to be found on Blue Sky, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook too. If you want to come and chat to people, go to the Discord because that's the new one. You can always go to the forums, but come to the Discord because there's more people there. And it's not we've moved on. There's other stuff, but go wherever you fancy, and it'll be great to see you again soon. Stay tuned, and we'll be back soon with more Fallout updates. So bye for now. Bye.
Bye. See you later.